Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another stream here on the Ohio Picture Education Network YouTube channel. Just wanted to come on here today and basically tell everybody there's not going to be a reseller stream this morning or this afternoon or anything like that because I should be right now, technically, with my cousin over at the place there, but unfortunately, I was informed earlier this morning that he was basically given an opportunity here in the last day or so to go help a dude out today by it's actually the guy that's selling the house for us, so it is there. It's that dude, I swear to God, that guy has his fucking finger and everything at this point. But yeah, apparently I guess he bought a house the other day, and I don't know if he's fixing it up to do a rental out of it or what it's gonna be, but he asked my cousin here in the last day or so if he wanted to come over and help him out with some stuff, and he paid him a bunch of money is what it is there. And he's like, I guess they're going to be ripping carpet out and whatnot today, and then he's going to hand him like X amount of money is what it'll be then for his work. And he's like, yeah, I'll take the money. So it makes sense. And I get, you got to make money and stuff like that. And it sucks because it's like the fifth or sixth week in a row now that we haven't gotten over there doing anything right now. And it's really starting to irritate the fuck out of me because it's like, it'd be one thing if I had a vehicle / membership to that place because I could just go over there myself then if that'd be the case on Friday mornings and then just, get whatever I wanted, like 20, 30 bucks worth of shit, whatever it's going to be then. And then, give them my card and stuff like that and walk out the fucking doors what it is then. So, but unfortunately I don't have that stuff. So it is what it is right now. It sucks being dependent on other people too, for that matter, because not only we're supposed to do that today, we're supposed to do a bunch of other stuff today. And unfortunately, the only thing we got to do this morning was get out to the bank and get my account figured out, which thank God they figured that out. I talked to the bank teller guy, and he was talking to the manager guy that opened up the account initially, as it was, who was there. And apparently, I guess what happened was something had happened with my account where I don't know if it's because I tried to log in too many times with the wrong PIN or what it was, but it's like they claimed it had gone inactive or something. So they basically reactivated it is what it was, thank God. And the online portion anyway. And so, yeah, I was able to get things done there and, deposit some money and stuff like that today is what it was. And then pretty much the rest of my day is going to be figuring things out and getting money shifted around and things like that will be and start to figure things out and whatnot, make sure I can get into my account obviously is a big thing here right now in a little bit. And then I may or may not do a Freedom Friday this afternoon over on Rumble. It all depends. I'm just not. The problem is the weather right now. Till about an hour and a half ago, give or take, it was a frost advisory in place and it was like in the 30s and stuff. It's currently, what's the temperature right now? It's currently 55. It's supposed to be up to 70 something today. And yeah, I don't feel great. It's what it is, dude. I don't know if it's the weather changing. It's just making me like, I was eating something last night and I swear to God, dude, like about halfway through, it felt like I was about to throw up, honestly. Like, it was fucking weird, dude. Like, I was eating, like, one of the TV dinners is what it was last night, and I was eating some corn out of it and stuff like that, and all of a sudden, like, I took, like, a bite, and I just felt like I was going to puke all of a sudden. I didn't, thank God, but, like, I don't know. I just didn't feel right is what it is, so I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. I don't know if I'm just not getting enough sleep, and it's, like, affecting my health that way is what it is, or what's going on, but, yeah. It's just bad news either way. So, Jesus fucking Christ. So a local newspaper was basically doing an opinion piece written by the current fucking sheriff of the county here basically being like, I'm the best sheriff there ever was, kind of jerk off bullshit. And it's like, fuck you, George Mayer. I cannot wait to vote your ass out of office in fucking couple weeks, motherfucker. And vote Eric Westburn in there, because that's what people need to do. They need to vote Eric in there for real, man, if you're living in Stark County, Ohio right now, because George Mayer is a fucking scumbag, traitor, sellout, 100%, dude. That dude should have been fucking kicked out of office at least 2 years ago when he endorsed that fucking terrorist Tim Ryan for U.S. Senate. When Tim literally was calling for the murder of MAGA supporters in this country and not being removed from office at that point then. Instead, he had that bitch mayor fucking endorsing his ass then. So, yeah, it's time for George's ass to go, is what it is, dude. Guy is a piece of shit sheriff. He's a fucking terrible sheriff. Like, from my understanding, as of 4 years ago, like, almost every single deputy on the fucking force hates his ass. The only reason that none of them are tried to run against him for sheriff is because they know for a fact if it would be like the tall blade of grass coming up and being cut by the mower kind of things what it is there, because as soon as they would come out against him, they would basically be railroaded out of the department, pretty much is what it was. And so what happened was you had this Eric Westburn guy or Weisburn, I think it's how I pronounce it maybe, who was a sheriff's deputy there in Stark County Sheriff's Office and stuff like that, who, as of like a year ago or so, ended up finally retiring, is what it was then. And then he almost immediately announced his run for sheriff. Now is what it is, because he's like, yeah, like now that I'm out of the sheriff's office, like fuck George is what it is, dude. I'm gonna run against this guy's ass now. And I hope he wins. I hope he wins to help people understand and realize, like, no, George Mayer is a piece of shit. He has been a piece of shit for fucking the entire time he's been in there as sheriff, dude. The guy is a leftist piece of shit in general. He is not who we need in the fucking Stark County Sheriff's Office at all. Because of him, you've actually had more crime happen in this fucking county because of that shit. Because he's a joke of a fucking sheriff. And we need somebody like an Eric Westburn to get in there and fucking, get shit done and start clamping down at crime, is what it is in this state right now. So, especially in this county. But anyway, especially when the entirety of Stark County encompasses, Canton and everything else like that then too. So, which is where most of the crime comes from, is what it is, unfortunately. And it's just like the same thing with where Akron is located. I think it's like right in the outskirts of Summit County or something like that. And if you'll notice exactly where the crime rate spikes and stuff, it's always in the major cities like that, dude. Or I guess it'd be like the minor major cities is what it is there, like the lesser cities, I guess it would be then. Because really, like Canton and Akron, population density wise, they're not really certain major cities. They're like medium, I guess is what it would be then. Whereas like your Columbus, your Cleveland, your Cincinnati, your Dayton, stuff like that are like the major cities in Ohio. So, which are also crime-ridden hellholes run by Democrats too, for that matter. That's what my cousin and I were talking about this morning. Actually, went over to the bank. We were discussing about all these Kamala wall signs, and it's just dumbass fucking people that are just dumbasses in city of Canton, and they wonder why their fucking place is a shithole still. And it's like, yeah, because you're voting dumbass Democrats into power all the fucking time, people. Like, what do you expect? Like, stop voting Democrat for 50 fucking years and it won't be an issue anymore then. But as it is, as far as I'm aware, they still haven't found Ace Lucas's murderers at this point. They only found the one, and that guy never flipped him his buddies. Because there's at least three people that opened fire into that kid's house is what it was that killed him. So, it's fucking disgusting, dude. Poor little innocent 18-month-old baby fucking sleeping on the damn couch with his twin brother, and then he gets fucking shot right through the fucking spinal cord and head and stuff like that, dude. It's absolutely fucking disgusting and depraved. And then people want to sit there and talk about Black Lives Matter, this and that, and everything else like that. And it's like, yeah, dude, if that really were the case, like, you would be calling for justice for that kid's murder, dude, because it was black on black crime, legitimately. It was 3 fucking piece of shit gangbangers that were trying to kill his father because I guess his dad stole drugs / money from these assholes. He basically ripped a drug crew is what it was, as far as my understanding is. And instead of just, going after Aaron for retaliation, they went to Aaron's house and just started putting fucking fire on the house, literally tripping over fucking kids' toys to do so a couple years ago is what it was in Airedale. So, yeah, it's just absolutely disgusting. And that happened, I want to say it was July 2020. So, it's a few years now. Yeah, technically I think Ace would be almost 6 now. Actually, his brother is probably in kindergarten now. Going on first grade would be my guess right now. So, just age-wise. It's fucking sad, man. But anyway, and of course you got Ronan Sweeney, who's killer still going to the fucking death penalty in the state. There was a little white kid that got murked out over some COVID checks by a bunch of black supremacists is what it was then. So, just absolutely sickening, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. Like this, like shit like that. That's exactly what we need on the spot executions for these fucking criminals. If they can be found and convicted and stuff like that, like, well, first off, if it's like you catch like one of multiple, or whatever the case be, there should be laws in the book so you can basically torture that motherfucker for information for his buddies, and then as soon as he, gives you names and stuff like that after you, put the working on his ass is what it is. Then, if you're able to find those guys, connect them, convict them, etc. there, then it's basically on the spot executions after that is what it would be then. It would be so much better off as a country than what it would be then, dude. So, of course, some people would say that's a little bit too extreme, but I can give a fuck less at this point because, you're talking about kid killers, bro. Like, fuck all those people. They just forfeited their lives anyway. They don't deserve to live after that shit. So, anyway, but, yeah, to go back full circle, though. No reseller today. Like I said, I might do a Freedom Friday in like 4 or 5 hours. Depends. I'm pretty tired right now. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm hungry as hell right now, too. I need to go get something to eat right now. So I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to make some PB&Js, actually. And just do like a lunch, breakfast combo brunch thing or whatever it is there. So, and then go from there. And then maybe just take a nap in a couple hours or something. And then get up and then maybe do a Freedom Friday later this afternoon. Is what it'll be then. It depends. Like I said, I'm going to play it by ear right now. I started watching Outer Banks last night for the first time, and from what I watched of that show so far, it's pretty good. From what I was reading about it, though, like pretty much the first 3 seasons all interconnect to each other is what it is there, and then it's, I guess, the 4th season that started here recently is like sort of picks up where the 3rd season ends off, but it's also like the first 3 seasons are basically about like one treasure, I guess is what it is that they're hunting for, and then like the 4th season is like a new treasure is what it is then. So it almost feels like I could basically just like watch that and be done. The thing I hate about Netflix right now though is that like it's just like with Cobra Kai, like they know they have like good shit, but they're like releasing it in like weird ass batches is what it is, dude. Instead of just releasing it all at once. It's like, no, fuck you people, man. Like I want to watch it all right now, bitch, and binge watch it. Like don't be cutting this don't be cutting this shit up into like 3 fucking parts or 2 fucking parts, whatever it is, because that's what they do with Outer Banks too, is what it is. Like with Cobra Kai, they did like 1, 2, 3, and I think it's like the 3rd part's not supposed to be until next year at some point, if we would make it then. And then for the Outer Banks thing, it was like they dropped the first 5 of 10 episodes now, and then it's going to be like the week of the election or something like that is going to be the next set of them or something like that. It's like, the fuck, dude? Like, it's just dumb. Like, it's almost as dumb as these shows going week to week at this point, honestly, instead of just dropping the shit all at once. But that's what bothers me about being caught up on From right now, because it's like, by the time that's all said and done, it's going to be by probably like almost next year when it's all fucking finished up then. Since we're only 3 episodes in right now. So, or I think it's actually, I'm trying to think now. So that'd be, let's see, 4 would be this weekend. So 4. No, it'd be the end of November. Don't think about it. Like the very last, I think it's like the last week of November will be, or the beginning of December, one of the two will be the last episode of From for the season then. So, but anyway. But yeah, so it's like, it is what it is, man. But I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to take inventory here in the next couple of days of what exactly I have on hand to like sell and stuff, and then just start like taking some pictures of shit and just start making some like either Craigslist posts or some Facebook Marketplace posts or something like that, and try to make a little bit of cash here and there is what it is then. the other thing I need to do, obviously, is get through these comics one of these days so I can start figuring out a sell list of the stuff that's actually worth money right now that I could sell to somebody as like a bigger collection or whatever, and then make some cash there is what it is, and then use that money to, spend on various things, preps and stuff like that. What it'll be. Because right now we're looking into what needs to be gotten for a certain thing right now is what it is, and unfortunately it's going to be a weird situation with that. So my cousin's trying to talk me into like wait until like a Black Friday sale to get like a gun locker, and I'm just like, yeah, but we kind of need one now is what it is, bro. So, and I could easily go, buy somebody's old stuff right now. So I got like weird psoriasis shit behind my ear right now is what it is. Yeah, sometimes it'll get like right here in my scalp, it'll kind of call it out no matter what, no matter how many showers I take or how many times I wash my head and stuff like that. So just gets like junk in there is what it is. It needs to be like wiped out or whatever. So anyway, but yeah, so basically the plan right now is for the rest of the day I'm gonna go do a couple of things, and then I'm gonna make what's it now? Do a couple of things, do what needs to be done, get a thing done up, and then, like I said, probably I'm for sure gonna get something to eat here in about 10 minutes or so, and then not sure about, like I said today, if it'll be like I don't know if we'll be doing a reseller or I don't know if we'll be doing a Freedom Friday or not. But if I do, it'll be on a Rumble though for sure. Because I think I probably will since I missed Buckshot yesterday. So like I'll probably do one here at some point later today is what it'll be. So because there is some stuff I want to talk about, obviously, that relates to things, and you got a lot of footage coming out from like Milton and stuff like that's what it is. Actually, I saw a good video the other day where it was supposed to be a bunch of dumbass kids basically doing like some like weird like street surfing, if you will, off the back of a truck after the hurricane. There is what it is, and these retards are flying a thin blue line flag, and then it was the last little panel of it was the cops pulling them over and giving them a ticket and stuff like that for. I'm guessing it's like illegally. I don't know exactly what the charge would be on that one. It'd be doing something illegal is what it is though. Like, I'm not sure exactly what the charge would be on that one. It wouldn't technically be like illegally surfing the street. It would be just like reckless endangerment or something like that, or something. Be my guess, something along those lines. So, or maybe endangering the welfare of a minor or something like that. It'll be. So, who knows? But either way, I'm sure they would take them somehow. What it is there. Maybe reckless driving actually would be another. That could possibly be charged on that one. That would make sense. So anyway, but yeah. So basically, the plan right now, like I said, is going to be do it over and then probably do Freedom Friday and some point this afternoon is what it would be. So it might not be till like 5 or 6 tonight, even for that matter. But I would say honestly, if you don't see me go live on Rumble, or even on here for that matter, by like 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight, like Eastern Standard Time, so it'd be whatever time that is for you. Just assume that I am and I'm not going to go live. That's what it is. So, but anyway, that being said, though, it is what it is. It's been fun. It's been real. There's a lot of crazy shit happening, unfortunately, in our country right now, and there's really only one choice this election cycle, and it's Donald J. Trump, dude, and J.D. Vance. Like, there's the two men that are going to bring our country back from the brink right now, hopefully, and Kamala's already proven herself to be a moronic idiot that has no business even being in power right now, is what it is. And should have already been arrested out of power for high treason at this point several times over. Tim Walz is the same way. And of course, you got Minnesota Supreme Court doing some shady shit here in the last day or so, where they're trying to basically force through duty to retreat laws through the court level is what it is there. So hopefully there'll be some lawsuits from GOA or goes from America or Firearms Policy Coalition or something like that is what it is there. Maybe Second Amendment Foundation, somebody like that. They'll have the cash to put it up is what it is there. Be able to file some suits there because it's completely unconstitutional, dude. All duty to retreat laws do is create criminal empowerment is what it is. And that's what it should be called right now. It should be called criminal empowerment laws because you are forcing a person who is either randomly minding their own business out on the streets and stuff like that, like driving their vehicle, whatever the case be, and then some asshole tries to carjack them and stuff like that. Or they're in their house and somebody tries to home invade them, and then you're going to tell them straight up, be like, oh, well, you still have a duty to retreat. And it's like, I'm not retreating from my fucking home in my vehicle, dickheads. Or even if I'm just walking on the fucking sidewalk or something like that, I'm not going to fucking retreat, dude. If somebody comes up and like shoves a fucking gun in my face, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to wait for them to be stupid when they're trying to rob me or whatever the case be. I'm going to pull my own gun out and blow their goddamn brains out. What's going to happen there? And fucking defend my life against these pieces of shit is what it is, then. You know? Because fuck that noise. And if it was me versus multiple at that point, like, fuck it, I'm ready to die anyway, dude. So it's like, you know, at least I'll go out, take some pieces of shit with me is what it is, hopefully then. But anyway, literally die the hero at that point. Oh, by the way, that's actually a great one too, the whole die the hero or see yourself become the villain thing. So there's that guy in Florida who refused to leave his boat. They kept calling Lieutenant Dan. As it turns out, that dude is a multi-time felon in Florida and has over a dozen arrests. So, yeah, he literally lived long enough to see himself become the villain. So it's like, and I guess there was like, I forget if it was like Kick or what it was, one of the social media sites there was going to give him like a whole deal and stuff like that because they're like, oh yeah, this guy's like so brave, do whatever the case be. And then they found out about this shit and they're like, yeah, go fuck yourself, dude. And he's like, these motherfuckers lied to my... It's like, no, dude, you lied to them at that point because you didn't admit you're a fucking criminal is what it is, buddy. And from my understanding, that guy's crimes are kind of fucked up. Like, it's like beating on women and stuff like that. And like things he should probably be in prison for right now for like battery charges and stuff like that, which, again, kind of shows how stupid our fucking justice system is when they keep, you know, letting the revolving door happen when they keep letting these criminals back out on the streets and stuff like that. That's what it is there, man. So, yeah, it is what it is, but I just thought it was funny when I heard about that guy, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck that dude. So, but anyway. So, yeah, plan right now is, like I said, I'm going to go do a couple of things and then do what needs to be done here. And hopefully at some point in the next couple of days, I'll be able to get out and go local butcher shop and buy some meat and stuff like that. Get me some meal prep going on then. I really wish I could have got out today to go to the fucking local deli is what it is there because I wanted to get some turkey and stuff, making some sandwiches and stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do that though, but hopefully tomorrow. Maybe Sunday at most. So, anyway. Let's check this one out. Florida woman bought a flood insurance policy for $8,600, but after her home flooded during Tropical Storm Debbie, her nearly $100,000 claim was denied. That's fucked up. Let's see. So here says Tropical Storm Debbie went through Pinellas County, Florida in early August. Danielle Jensen thought her home was protected from with flood insurance from National Flood Insurance Protection, or National Flood Insurance Program, when she spent $8,600 for the policy administered directly by FEMA. Yeah, well, there you go. Trust FEMA. So, but when insurance adjusters came through, they denied her claim outright, not due to the fault of her own. Quote, a proper loss report discovered that the previous owner filed a flood insurance claim but did not complete the repairs with the claim payout. From the home's condition to the serial numbers of the appliances, everything was the same from the previous insurance claim, leaving her family on the hook for close to $100,000 in damages. Oh, somebody's going to get their asses sued on that one, dude. Dude, I'd be suing fucking everybody at that one. I'd be like, no, fuck y'all, bitch. Like, you're paying this fucking claim, motherfuckers. So, yeah, government will fuck you any way they can, dude. So, it's a bunch of shit, man. And I guess there's Florida state reps there that are trying to do something now, is what it is, that don't fuck people like that. Dude, like, I would be, like, everybody would be getting sued in that one. The person that previously owned the house, the fucking government, etc. At that point, they're not going to pay out and shit. So, if you haven't heard about this one, this is kind of fucked up. Texas teachers placed on leave amid claims of giving kids quote-unquote sleepy patches. Yeah, they're basically drugging kids in the fucking school system, dude. It's like, how about instead of putting them on leave, you fire them outright, people? Like, goddamn. Like, seriously. Like, what the fuck is the matter with you? That you're not going to fire these pieces of shit on the fucking spot, dude. Like, enough is enough of this crap. Enough is enough of giving these fucking people, like, a bunch of leeway when they're obviously doing shit wrong. That is, like, criminal fucking charges is what it is, bro. Like, fuck placing them on administrative leave or whatever the case be. Again, straight up fire their asses and be like, nope, sorry, you're fucking done here, bitch. Like, one and done. And again, this goes back to everything I've talked about with, you know, exactly why we need to get rid of fucking teachers unions in this country, because it's the damn teachers unions that are protecting these fucking pedophiles for doing this shit is what it is there, dude. Because you can't sit there and tell me they're going to drug a bunch of kids and make them fucking, you know, nod off and stuff like that, not do shit to them while they're sleeping is what it is then, dude. That's exactly what their fucking end game was. So, it's absolutely fucking disgusting and sickening, dude. But anyway. Yeah, this is the patches are peel and stick sleep Z patches, which contain over 10 ingredients, including various things in melatonin, and can be found online at different sites. So one of the mothers, whose 4-year-old son attends the preschool, said she asked another parent about the sticker her son brought home. Said the other mother told local media that her child brought a sticker home, researched it online, and found it was sold on Amazon as a sleepy patch with melatonin. I'm wondering, honestly, if what it was is they were like handing them out to the kids to be like, okay, kids, put these on your arms now. And then it was like half the kids were just like, you know, maybe just pocket that thing or whatever for later kind of thing is what it is there. Because that could be the case, honestly. That would make sense. Yeah, like either way, these people should be looking at multiple, like even if they weren't trying to do like pedo shit to the kids or whatever, dude, like they were obviously trying to drug the kids and make them go to sleep is what it is. So it's like, you're drugging children, dude. Like there's crimes in that. That's felony crime, dude. It's child abuse for real. So that minimum is child abuse, and it's also, like I said, like drugging children would be another charge probably most likely. And that would be like per kid probably. So it'd be like depending on how many kids actually, you know, took the shit is what it is there, whatever the case be, or put those on their arms and stuff like that. You could potentially be looking at like 10, 20 kids that they fucking drug like that, dude. So, yeah, these so-called teachers, so-called staffers of these schools, dude, just need to get their asses fucking fired on the spot is what it is then. Fuck these people. So, anyway, it's absolutely disgusting is what it is. We'll talk more about that later today, possibly on Freedom Friday if I do one then. But, yeah, other than that, I think that's better for this one. I'm going to go, like I said, get something to eat here in a couple minutes and then figure some things out. Maybe take a nap in a little bit because I'm still not feeling great today. I slept okay last night. I just didn't get enough sleep, is what it was. I think I maybe got about 4.5, 5 hours at most. So, and I'm one of those people that definitely needs like a solid like 8 or 9, honestly, at least. So, but yeah, definitely to go take a nap for like 2-3 hours for sure then. Be real refreshed then. So, Actually, it's ironic that the only time I really get good sleep since I've been playing the Walking Dead game is whenever they have maintenances and stuff like that. So I know for a fact it's going to be like 3 to 4 hours of downtime that I can just go take a nap then. So, or just go to sleep for a few hours, and that's what it'll be without any issues. Problem is sometimes I'm like the last one that they did of those like a week or two ago, I was still so awake after that. I was like just sitting here and I end up staying awake through the whole thing is what it is, and then jumping on after it was done and then doing some stuff for a little bit and then going to sleep after that then for a few hours. So, but yeah, it just kind of sucked on that one, but it is what it is, man. So, but yeah, my plan right now, like I said, is going to be go do that stuff and then grab something to eat for sure, though, and go from there. I need to check my jam right now. And then my one jam I had in the fridge not long ago looked like it was starting to crystallize, so I'm probably going to have to toss that one then because it's been in there for so long. And just pop up the new one I got, then is what it is, and start using that then. So there could be many reasons why that was crystallizing too. It's probably because the fridge is so cold, obviously. I know it's frozen some eggs before and stuff like that. I need to actually use those eggs up too for them out of there in there because I'm not sure how good some of them still are. They might be partially frozen at this point then. So, but yeah, I need to start cracking up eggs and start making some eggs and stuff like that one of these days soon. Do a few more bowls of cereal and stuff. Actually, that might be what I do as well. I might get a bowl of cereal too. And do whatever then. So bowl of cereal and some sandwiches maybe or something. But anyway, that's about it for the day though. Like I said, didn't do a reseller today because I didn't get a chance to get out this morning because cousin's plans changed. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully next week we'll be able to get out there and do some stuff then, and I can hopefully get a bunch of stuff. The nice thing about that place, depending on when we go over there often, is what it is. Like you can find anything and everything. Like I said, I found fucking needles and syringes and stuff over there before that were good for medical prep, and then I found other stuff that's like good for like just storage of shit. So like one of the things I found over there a while ago was this thing right here is what it is, which is just a giant cell phone case thing. Is what it is. You can put like cell phone / other stuff in then, and yeah, that's good to use for like like it's interesting. It has a little like patch things in there and stuff like that. If you really wanted to, you could probably put like various like things on either side of it is what it is there, and use it almost like a medical kit then, because you have like the one like little net thing that's like a pocket there, and like the side things you got like a couple little pieces there that you can put like potentially like advanced stuff in is what it is there or something. So it's up to you how you want to do that. Obviously, I mean, it can't fit a ton in there, but like if it's like, I'm trying to think what I'll have in there right now. Yeah, if it's like the size of a phone, and then like a couple other things maybe on top of that, then so like you can pretty much pouch it if you needed to pouch it or whatever the case be. So definitely, if you needed just like there's some like pouches of like something, you could probably put some stuff in there if you just needed that as like a quick thing for. And you can't beat 50 cents, bro. Like seriously, like that's almost free at that point. Like the only thing you can get closer to that would be going to find a fucking dumpster after the fact that's like unlocked, and then just like going through shit and just like tossing shit into a fucking container or something like that, just taking that with you is what it is then. So, which I'm still not sure how they get rid of their stuff then at that point. So I do know they toss whatever they don't sell though. So, which kind of does make me wonder on that one, like how much of that is still worthwhile. Thinking back on it now, because I almost got a thing there one time, but then they had like a big old rip in it then on the bottom of the thing, which looked like it was not feasible to get it done or whatever. I think honestly though, I probably could have fixed that. Like if nothing else, like I rip out like whatever the original stuff is, whatever the case be, just get like a new piece of foam is what it would be then. And then it would have just been like sewing the motherfucker back together then at the bottom. And it would have been essentially like a used case at that point, obviously, but like it was still like a decent case. And I think it was for, I want to say it was to carry around like pool cues and stuff. So even if I got like, you know, 10, 15 bucks out of it, then, you know, like I think it would have been worth it, honestly. I think somebody else probably bought it though after the fact, but you know, who knows? Like I said, I would have picked it up, but then it had, you know, like the bottom would just have like that big like chunk almost missing from it is what it is there. So, but yeah, I think you could have got like a piece of leather there that would have been close enough to where you could just like sew it back on then and made it look good then. So who knows? But anyway, it's semantics. Never bought that, obviously, but yeah, I do want to get over there one of these days and get possibly a new hat. Is what it is then, since the last hat I got was like a while ago now. So yeah, technically the last hat I got was like one of the old man hats that I got sitting over here right now. Is what it is. It's like a little caddy hat thing. Is what it is there. Which I might have to wear one of those this winter time just to see how they feel. Is what it is then. So, but yeah, they're nice though. I still like my cowboy hat I got over there the first time around though. I got a second one that's kind of like that one, but it's not. It's almost like it's too folded or whatever then. So, and again, you know, 50 cents for a cowboy hat. Good fucking deal, man. When it's like $5-10 normally is what it'd be then. So, yeah, I think honestly, actually, interestingly, of all the things that I bought over there, the two things so far for reseller stuff that I personally got the most use out of, one of them was my little beard comb, which this is like, I think normally this thing retails for like, it's either like 10 or 15 bucks or something like that. And yeah, found it at the bottom of one of the bins there and have pretty much used every single day since. The other thing is the little timer clock that I got over there. Because every time I make food in the oven and stuff like that, or if I'm frying like bacon or making eggs or whatever it is there, like I'll just put this on a timer is what it is then. So whenever the timer goes off, I can just go grab the shit. Then what it is, and that's almost a daily use at this point. So yeah, like those two things, that's probably like maybe like $20 worth of goods there between the two of those things that I got for $1 together. That I've used the most of everything is what it is then. So feels good, man. But I mean, there's other stuff too that I've used, obviously, off and on and whatnot. I mean, I guess technically, if you want to get technical about it, when you have stuff just sitting in cases and stuff like that, like that technically is being used daily. So, I mean, I guess technically that phone case there has stuff sitting in every single day, like that's a daily use, so it is then. But it's not like it's just it's you know, it's what do you call that now? Fuck, I'm trying to think what I'm saying now on this. It would be a not pre-med. Reactive? No, it wouldn't be reactive. I'm trying to think what it's either like a P or an R word. I can't remember what it is offhand, but it would basically be like it's just sitting there and being like, you know, just there basically. So versus you know, like this other stuff that I'm actually like interacting with on a daily basis is what it is there. So, but yeah, there's a few things I've gotten that are definitely useful like that is what it is. But then, like I said, there's a lot of other stuff that's just, you know, just sitting basically. So, but yeah, there's a lot of good stuff I found over there though. And like I said, I probably spent, I think if I had to do a guesstimation of money right now that I spent over at that place, actually, now I think about it, technically going back to, well, it wouldn't really be daily use, but it would also be another thing that's just kind of sitting would be this little case right here that I got about a month or so ago, give or take, which this is apparently supposed to have some kind of repair kit thing in it. It didn't, obviously. It was just a little case thing, whatever. But obviously I turned this into a big old change purse is what it is there. So, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like stuff just sitting and being there for it then, which, yeah, I do like these little cases like this. Like these little cases like this, I think this little case, if it had like the thing with it and stuff like that, it would have been like $10 or something almost for it. Even just the case alone, that was worth a few dollars though. And yeah, the fact that it's like a super hard case is what it is that I can just fuck with then and get it off. But like one thing that does piss me off is I wasn't able to pull this shit loose all the way. So I need to get like I think what I need to do is take like just like empty this out or whatever the case be and just take a like washcloth or something like that and see if I can't just like wear away the stuff on there or something like that then and just get it completely clear then. So it looks nice and things like that. But yeah, it's got a little bit of like dirt specks on the side there, which I think that was like that when I got it is what it is. Because there's people like throwing it around and just getting, you know, like nicked up and stuff like that's what it is there. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice case though for that matter. And like I said, 50 cents, dude. Like, the fact that it fits, how much money do I have in here right now? This is like over $10 worth of change in here right now. So yeah, the fact that these things can put like 10 something dollars worth of change in them then, of, you know, quarters, dimes, nickels, etc., is really nice. So, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of those reactive ones, I believe, or whatever I want to call it at that point. I'm not even sure. Where it's just, you know, sitting and waiting to be used kind of thing is what it is there, versus, or has stuff in it that is being like used but not, you know, interacted with daily is what it is, versus like, yeah, I'll punch the fucking clock daily. I will, you know, take the beard comb and, you know, wipe through my beard almost daily is what it is then. So, if not a couple times a day for that matter, just to like untangle some of my, you know, longer beard hairs is what it is there. So, need to go get a haircut one of these days too before election happens. I think maybe I'll do that next week as well too for that matter, since I got some money on here right now. I can actually go in there and do that now. I kind of hope they send me a fucking a thing off is what it is right now, because I don't know if they're sent me a haircut thing or not. I think they only do that every few months is what it is there. So maybe like 3 times a year, where it's like every 4 months or some shit. But who knows, man. But anyway, yeah. So that being said, though, it's like it's a whole thing, and it would be nice to be able to, you know, get some stuff done right now is what it is. But unfortunately, it's dependent on whoever I'm with is what it is. And unfortunately, that person, you know, they had told me on Wednesday, they're like, oh yeah, we'll go today. And then they told me this morning, they're like, oh yeah, sorry, thing came up and I can make money now. So it's like, and I get it, you know, it's like, I'm not against him making money, obviously, like good on him. He can then, you know, have more money for next time around or whatever the case be. But it'd be, like I said, it's like the fact that I keep asking you these things on a weekly basis. And it's like, and you're telling me like, oh yeah, we're going to go this week. And then it's like, no, sorry, can't go this week because of this thing coming up. And it's like, damn it, man, come on. Like, let's do this already, you know? So, which technically I think we probably could have gone straight from my bank this morning over there for like a half hour or something like that, and then gotten home, and then yeah, I think he probably could have still made it to the place then that he would need to go to. He might have been a little bit late, but it would have been whatever. So yeah, because the thing is, even because the thing is, it's not like we're in there like a whole long time anyway. Like we usually get there around like 10:15, 10:30, somewhere in there. And we're out of there by like 11:30, something like that, depending on how long we're in there for. Because I think the longest we've ever spent in there was like maybe like 45 minutes or so, give or take. And that was with his son, because he was the one taking a lot of time looking through shit or whatever the case, be like double checking things or whatever. But yeah, when it's basically him and myself, like we maybe take a half hour in there at most. And it also depends on how many bins and stuff are being able to go through and stuff like that. Because you can go through. Like with him, he goes through one of them like within a minute or so. With me, it's more like about 5 minutes or so, or less, like maybe like 3 to 5 minutes, because I'm like usually like you know, like moving stuff around and stuff like that. And he's just kind of like, you know, surface looking and stuff like that. Like that's the thing. When I found this beard comb that time, and that was probably like 3-4 months ago now. Yeah, when I found the beard comb there, it was the way that their bin things are set up there. It is it's like this big ass like blue tub thing, really is what it is. That's like pretty much like the size of a 6-foot table, more or less. Maybe even like an 8-foot table for that matter. I'm not sure offhand, but either way, it's like at least 6 feet long anyway. And it dips down like probably like a good like 2 feet or so, give or take. Like this, like the length of my arm almost, like from like hand to elbow is about the depth of it. So that'd be about 2 feet or so, give or take. Maybe 3 feet. And actually now I kind of want to measure my elbow to my hand. Yeah, it's got to be at least 2 feet anyway. But yeah, that being said though, so it basically dips down like at least a couple feet there. And it was like there was a bunch of stuff like just sitting on top there, whatever the case be. And then I noticed there was the leather case here is what it was on this, because I think it was sitting like this, like on the thing, like where it was like down like that or whatever. And it was kind of like tilted like this is what it was. And I was like, that's weird. Like for a minute I thought it was like a wallet or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Because I was going to use it for a wallet is what it was then. And then I flipped it around and I'm just like, beard power, what the hell? And I like popped the thing out and I'm just like, oh, it's a beard comb. So, and then yeah, sure enough, I looked this thing up online when I got home that day, and it was like, I think these retail for like $17 or something like that, or $15 somewhere in there. Like it's pretty expensive, dude. Like I know for a fact it's over $10 anyway. And yeah, you can't beat that, dude, for fucking 50 cents. Like it does kind of make me want, like these are the kind of things that make me wonder about that stuff, right? Like it's like, okay, so I got that for this, and I'm thinking, I think honestly, some of the stuff that they're getting in, it's almost like unclaimed freight shit at that point, where it's like I know for a fact some of that stuff is returns legitimately to like Amazon and stuff like that, but then it's also like other places like Amazon's, like Home Depot, Lowe's, a few other different like kind of like Ollie's places and stuff like that's what it is there, and whatever else then. But yeah, I know for a fact there's like, I think there's like 6 or 7 different places they get it from is what it is there. And I know for a fact like some of it is legit unclaimed freight stuff, but then there's other stuff that's like obviously like Amazon returns and things like that. And I'm kind of wondering if this beard comb wasn't like an unclaimed freight thing or something like that is what it was then or something. Because I would think really that should have been like, because I know what the way they do their thing, it's like I believe it's Monday, it's $5 for an item, and then it's $4 Tuesdays, buy one get one free Wednesday, which is $3 per item, and then it's Thursdays is $2, and then Fridays is 50 cents a piece. So it is then. And yeah, I'm kind of wondering if it wasn't something where, because from my understanding, I guess what they'll do is they'll just like throw some more stuff into the bins or whatever, and consolidate it for like between like Thursday night and Friday morning is what it is there, or whatever. And I'm kind of half wondering if it wasn't something like that where this was basically in that thing that entire week, and it just happened to be like, you know, somebody like kind of like, you know, going through stuff and like shifting stuff around, or whatever the case be, where it's got knocked down lower and lower and stuff like that into the, you know, couple feet of depth there's what it is, and eventually just got flipped over then and sort of just left to its own devices what it is then for the last couple of days or whatever then. And then it was that Friday morning I was going through there and I was looking through stuff and I was like, oh, you know, let me go grab this now is what it is. And then, yeah, sure enough, I found that is what it was then. So, because I could easily see this have been something that somebody should have got on like that, even that Monday afternoon or whatever the case be then, or even Monday morning for that matter. And maybe just somebody never found it is what it was then for $5. Because it's worth $5. It's worth at least $5 anyway, dude. Like it would have been worth it to just pay for that. And then obviously like the, you know, $4 or the 2-for-1, $3 Wednesdays there, like that would have been worth it too. Even Thursdays for $2 would have been. So it kind of makes me wonder if it wasn't just, you know, like I said, just knocked around. People just didn't, you know, dig down enough or whatever then. And the nice thing about it was it seemed like when this was there, it was stuff had been knocked around just enough to where I was able to see like a corner of it. And I kind of like brushed a few things away from it or what it was there. And then, yeah, sure enough, it was just sitting there at the very bottom on top of just like sitting right on top of the bottom part of the bin is what it was then. So yeah, it was definitely a good get though for sure. So anyway, but on that note though, I am tired, I'm hungry, and I'm definitely gonna need to get something to eat right now. So, which will be like pretty much a 5-minute meal because my plan right now is to literally go out and grab either a bowl of cereal or I think I'll do both actually. I think I'll do the cereal secondly. I think what I'm gonna do first though is I'm gonna go out there and just grab a couple pieces of bread and throw some jam on them and stuff like that, and then bring them out here and grab the peanut butter I got sitting here on the table and throw some of that on the other side of the bread and just make PB&Js as it is then. So, but yeah, that should take me about maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes at most then. Probably not even 10 minutes. Yeah, probably like 5 minutes or so. Because it'll just be cracking up in a jar and then, digging out some fucking jam and then doing whatever. So, but anyway, on that note though, sorry to everyone for not being able to do a reseller today, but again, it's not really my fault. It's, circumstances have changed, unfortunately. And like I said, hopefully next week on the 18th, I'll be able to do one then. Fingers crossed. No promises because it's hard to promise anything. If nothing else, if it ends up being something where I don't get a chance to go out next Friday, what I'm going to do then is I will just do a recap of various like best of is what it is then of what I've gotten from that place so far is what it is. Like what I think is the best of, and I'll just grab a few items here and there and stuff like that and have like a tote full of shit to just discuss like, what I think is the best money makers or whatever it is then. Or maybe I won't even do that. Maybe I'll just take, because I know I got a running list right now of stuff that I plan on selling. So what I might do is just go through a list of stuff, and that's what it is, of things I've gotten over there and what I would, hopefully be able to sell these things for at some point then down the line is what it'll be. So if worse comes to worse though, like if our economy just tanks and shit, and people just have to go to like a barter and trade system, like I just have a bunch of stuff for trade is what it is then, dude. So I can trade with people and barter with them and stuff like that then for things I would need then is what it is. And it's like, oh, you need like, something to carry like a lunch in. Like, well, I got a box here, like, like what do you got for this then? Kind of thing. So but anyway. I think that's what it would be, honestly. Like if you go back to like apocalyptic series like Jeremiah and stuff like that, that's exactly what those kind of shows were. It was like you had like a little town square, like marketplace is what it was, and it was just people doing barter and trade stuff where it's like, yeah, I'll trade you this thing for like, a couple carrots or whatever then. So or like a pack of potatoes or something like that, like a sack of potatoes, whatever it is there. So speaking of which, I need to go get some of that stuff too as well. So yeah, hopefully I can get out tomorrow then with my cousin and we can go make the rounds to some places and be able to buy a few things. I'd like to be able to pack the freezer with some meat, get a steak obviously would be nice. Since I told him that the other day, I was like, yeah, I want to get a couple steaks, bro, and make steak. Maybe do some boiled potatoes with it or something like that too. Although it takes a damn long to cook those fuckers. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a steak and a salad or something. I think that'd be fine. Yeah, the problem with boiling potatoes is like you gotta cut the motherfuckers and then, and then boil them up, and it's just like a whole pain in the dick is what it is. So by the way, for those that don't know, if shit ever does get to the point where we're like in starvation mode and stuff, potato skins the skin on the potatoes is where all the nutrients are in those things. The innards of it is just a bunch of starches. So one thing we learned from history is do not feed your kids the insides and your parents eat the fucking skin, because then the kids are going to die and the parents are going to live. Because that's one thing we did learn from potato famines and stuff like that back in the 19th century, is you had parents do exactly that, where they fed their kids like the inside, like starchy stuff of the potato is what it is, and they would eat the skins, not realizing that all the nutrients were in the skins. And then, yeah, the parents like were super malnutrition, but they survived, whereas the kids ended up passing away from malnutrition entirely, as it was then. So, or in reality, they should have just taken the potatoes and just like cut it into slices and stuff like that with the skin still on, and then just, you know, everybody gets like a couple slices or whatever the case be then, and do it that way. So that's also, by the way, for those who don't know about dandelions, that's also why a lot of our forefathers that came over to this country from other countries, the old countries and stuff like that, why when they got here they started planting dandelion fields everywhere, is because dandelions are actually edible. Now, granted, you don't want the shit that's right off the road and stuff like that. It's got a bunch of like road exhaust on it and stuff like that, or car exhaust, or whatever the case is there, or just like road grit for that matter. You want like some random field someplace that's like, you know, 10, 15 miles out or whatever, or maybe not 10, 15 miles out, but like, you know, like I have right here where we got like the 10 acres and stuff like that, where it's like this side here that's close to the road I would never fuck with. But like if I went back to the field there and found just like a patch of dandelions, like, yeah, I'd have no problem picking those and then just coming up and washing them off and stuff like that, and then making them into like a salad or something like that, or even making like dandelion wine for that matter, because you can make this into wine too for that matter. So, and look, the stems are edible, the flowers and stuff are edible as far as I'm aware and whatnot. So I don't know how good they actually are, but like I know they are edible. And if worse comes to worse, that's, you know, something to eat is what it is in the springtime and shit like that then. And the reason for that was obviously, again, going back to, you know, the olden times, like the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th century, stuff like that's what it is there, 18th centuries even for that matter. When you had all these famines and shit over the decades and stuff, or even during like, you know, the like Stalin, Mao, everything like that kind of regimes of Hitler type of dictator guys is what it is there, that were starving the people out and shit like that. In the 20th century there, that's why you would plant that stuff now, is because you'd want to have something that could be eaten then in case things do go south. So like it was basically a prep food by, you know, our forefathers and stuff like that. And unfortunately, far too many people are just like, oh no, that's just some weed. It's like, no, it's not actually, dude. It's like, it's meant to be edible and be usable and stuff like that. So, you know, if worse comes to worse, you can't eat dandelions. Like I said, I personally would just prepare them real well, and I would definitely, if I was going to eat them personally, I would make sure to wash them off very well. Just give them a good rinse through and stuff like that a couple times, and then, you know, shake them off and stuff like that. That's what it is there, to get all the excess water and shit out of them then. And then just throw them in, you know. If nothing else, you can take that and you can take some like lettuce of some kind or whatever the case be, mix them together and just like have it as a fucking meal or stuff like that. So, you know, but yeah, either way, I'm going to go make something to eat then. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Like I said, I'll probably be back. Let's see, it's almost noon now. So let's say, yeah, let's go ahead and say about 5:30 or so. Maybe closer to 6. Yeah, I would say about 5:30, give or take. I'll probably be doing a Freedom Friday stream on Rumble. If I don't do one though, there's one or two things that happen, obviously, which is either I'm sleeping and I don't feel like doing anything, or it could very well be something where at that point my cousin maybe came back around and we're hanging out and bullshitting and doing some stuff then together or something like that. That's what it is then. So now, granted, that being said, that time period of the day, places are to be closed, so unfortunately we wouldn't be able to go do what we want to do then, but it would be it might just be something where he just comes over and we're just shooting the shit basically for a half hour, whatever it is then that he's here for. So it all really depends right now. But yeah, my plan right now, like I said, is going to be I'm going to go grab some bread, grab some jam, etc., and make fucking a couple PB&Js, and then probably have a salad or not salad, have a bowl of cereal or something like that after the fact then. So I can start using that milk before it goes bad this time around, since I got a gallon now. And then, fortunately, the last time around, I had to throw out about half of a gallon because I just didn't get a chance to use it in time, and it was all like I was gonna actually take that one day and like do up some cereal and stuff like that. And I opened it up and I like smelled it and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, it's like I just smelled it a couple times. I was just like confirming just to make sure it was like bad in fact, and I'm just like, yeah, it smells kind of weird. And then like about 5 minutes later, I went back and I like did like another sniff, and I'm just like, I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely, you can tell that that's not good anymore. So because it had already been past expiration by like almost a week what it was at that point. I'm just like, usually you like with that stuff, like the expiration date on that, like you're usually good within a couple of days for sure. Like I would say about 3-ish, maybe 4-ish days, give or take. But when you're like a week out or so, like that's when it starts getting kind of dicey and stuff like that. And that's when I'm kind of like, like this might not be as good as it can be. So might just need to get chucked then. And sure enough, it needed to get chucked then. So but yeah, this other one's still in the time frame of being able to be usable. So I want to use it before it expires out. That's what it is. Because the last thing I want to do is keep wasting food and stuff like that, especially when I'm going to be paying for it pretty soon. Here's what it is then. So, but anyway, till later. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, vigilant, all that good stuff. And never forget that you can't be reselling if you have nothing to resell. So, peace out, y'all. Later.